Hi everyone, my name's Andy Robertshaw, and today I'm going to be going through Daily Killer Sudoku puzzle number 31456. That's 31456. So in the group on Facebook, somebody has queried this one, so I'd like to go through it and hopefully be helpful in solving it. So first thing ever, look for where we've got relatively few options. I've got a 16 cage there, which is 7 and 9. However, these four cells add up to 14 to make up the 45 from the 31. So I can't have 9 there because I could only have 5 between the other 3, which is not possible. So I've got 7 and 9 there, and I must have 1, 2 and 4 to make those up to 14. So the partner for the 1, 2 or 4 there is 3, 5 or 6. This 14 cage must be 6 and 8. The 7 cage I've got here, 1, 6, 3, 4, 2, 5, but not 6 there, so not the one there that would have gone with it. And this 31 cage, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, but not 9 there. In fact, not 6 and 8 there. So I've got 3 and 5 between those two, so not 3s or 5s there. Not 3 or 5 here in this 7 cage, so not the 4 and the 2 that would have gone with them. Right, so let's keep going. This 8 cage, what could I have there? Well, 1, 7, 2, 6, 3, 5. So I've got a 35 cage of size 7 there. So basically means I'm missing 2 of the 9 numbers, which add up to 10. So what that in turn means, I could be missing 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7 or 4, 6. I must have a 5 in that cage. But yeah, missing two numbers that add up to 10. 37 there, so these two must add up to 8. 1, 7, 2, 6, 3, 5. In fact, what can I've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 5. So these are 1, 2 and 4. Or they're 2 of 1, 2 and 4. Right. So what else can we have? I'll do this 7 cage now. 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4. Right. I'll also, if I add these up, I get 171, which is 9 short of 180, 9 short of 4 full columns. So I know this has to add up to 9. So 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 6, 2, 3, 4. So nothing more than 6 to go in there. So I've got 8 there and 9 there. 17 in total. Must have 20 there. Okay. So if I look at these now, I've got 2 sticking out there from the 2 columns. 107 they add up to. So 107 is in fact 90 plus 17. So this plus this are 17. And so must be an 8 and a 9. This could be very helpful. I must have a 6 as one of those. So that 7 cage isn't 6, 1. I also don't have a 6 there and the 1 that would have gone with it. I've got a 3, 5 pair there, so this 8 cage won't be 3 plus 5. Right. So that means then 3, 5. In fact, I've got 6 there as well, so that 8 cage isn't 6 and 2, so that's 1 and 7. So here I've got the other one of the 2, 4 that I don't have there, and 6, 8, 9. I've got to have a 6 there, but the other one of 8 and 9. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 9 is my 24 cage here. So that can't be a 1, that's a 7, and that's a 1. In fact, that's not an 8 then, so 6 and 8 there. And these two between them are 3 and 5. 3 and 5. What could I have here? Well, the other one of 2 and 4. And I must have 6 and 7 there. So, let's ask the question now, what am I missing from this 35 cage? I've got a 6 and a 7 here, so I must have the 3 and the 4, which are part of the 6 and the 7 to add up to 10. So what I must be missing is either 1, 9 or 2, 8. Right, so I've got a 1 here now, so I can remove a 1 from there and there. And the 7 from that one, which would have added it up to 8. Right. So what could I have in these two? Well, I must have an 8 or a 9. And a 3 or a 5. I've got to have, because I've got 6 and 7, I must also have 3 and 4 that add each of those up to 10 within this cage. So I must have a 3. I don't have a 3 as a candidate for any of those. My 3 must be somewhere else. But I also need a 5. So the other one of 3 and 5, which isn't there, must be one of these two. So I'll put those in now. And I'm missing 1, 9 or 2, 8. I must have the other one of 1, 9 and 2, 8. But I don't have anywhere I can put an 8 or a 9 here yet. So the 8 or the 9, whichever one, must be one of those. So this lot that add up to 9 then, I can't have a 5 there. So if I've got 5 there, I must have 1, 3, 5. And that eradicates 3 and 5 from both of those and doesn't let both be in the 35 cage. So no 5 in that right-hand column of the middle box. So 1, 2, 6 or 2, 3, 4. So I must have a 2 then as one of those. So this 8, this pair that add up to 8 cannot be 2 and 6. Right, okay, so what's next then? Can I do something with my candidates here? So if I've got 4 there, I must have a 2 there, remember. So if I've got 4 there, I need 7 there. Can't be 4, 3, can't be 2, 5. So it must go, 4 must go with 1 and 6 there. 2 there, total of 9. I'm a bit spoiled for choice there. So 1, 8, 3, 6, or 4, 5. And if we've got 1 there, total of 10 there. So can't be 2, 8, can't be 1, 9, can't be 2, 8, 3, 7 or 4, 6. Yeah, that wasn't a particularly fruitful exercise. Lots of candidates there. Let's see what we can do here. A 3 will give me a total of 15 there, which could be 6, 9 or 7, 8. A 5 would give me a total of 13, which would be 6, 7 or 4, 9. Okay, so still lots of options. Let's have a look at these now. I've got 59 when I add those up, so the box is 45. So this plus this is 14. but I've already got 6 there. So I could have 5, 9 either way round, or 6 and 8 that way round. Okay, so so what I notice now, I must also have a 1 in this row. So I've got a 1 there, so can't have a 1 in the 23 cage. Can't have 1 in 20 cage, I'd need 19 to go with it out of the other 2 numbers. So I need a 1 here. Let's just underline it for now. So I can't have a 1 there, or the 7 there that would have gone with it. So these 2 are 3 and 5 between them. I've got a 3-5 pair there, so let's do away with that one. 3-5 pair vertically as well, so that's not 3-5, and that one isn't the 4 or the 2 that would have gone with them. Right, okay, so I also know I don't have a 3 here. So these, remember these 3 added up to 9. So they've got to be 1, 2, 6. So I can take out some, not a 1 in that row. So 1, 2, 6. In fact, the 1 must be that one. Right. So that's good, isn't it? I can fill these in now. So 4, 7, 8, 9 must be those 4 cells between them. Not a 9 there, not an 8 there. I can't have a 1 in there anymore. Or a 2 or a 6. Can't have a 6 there. So where does this leave me now? If I look at this again, I could have 1, 3, 7. My only total of 10. 2, 4, 5. I can't have a 4 there because I can't get a total of 7 there once I've used my 4 there. So no 4 there. So 1, 3, 7 or 2, 4, 5. Can't have an 8 there. Right, can I do something similar here now? So 3 would have to go with 7, 8 because I've got a 6 there. Or 5, well, I can't have a 6 there. So 5, 4, 9, 3, 7, 8. So, yeah, 4, 7. Right. Okay, cool. Right, so let's look some more at this. So I've got an 8 cage here, but 3 and 5 are my only candidates for this one. So my 8 must be 1, 7 or 2, 6. Right. So looking where can I put my number 8? 5, 2, 6. Yeah, I've still got options for number 8. Can't go in the 23 cage. Could go in that one or that one. Right. What else have I got? Right. I'll tell you what I am seeing now. I've got to have a 3 or 5 for this 20 cage. Whatever I have there cannot be any of those 6 cells. So if that's a 3, I can't have a 3 in any of those. If that's a 5, I can't have a 5 in any of those. So this one must be the same as this one. This is the only place for a 3 or 5 that takes the same value as that one. So I've got a 3-5 pair there. And in that 35 cage, that one cannot be 3 or 5. So that's 8 or 9. Also horizontally, I can't have a 5 there. And this plus this was 14, so I can't have a 9 in that one. Right. So I must have the other one of 3 and 5 in this, inside this 20 cage, and a total of 12 to go with it. Right, I can also have a look at this box here. 46 there, so these two, 46 is one more than 45. So these two are one more than this one. So one more than that is 9 or 10. So I've got to have a total of 9 or 10 there. So if we look for totals of 9, 1, 8, 2, 7. I can't have 6, 3 because I've got a 3 in the column already. But I could have a 2. If I look for a total of 10, I could have 1, 9, 2, 8, 6, 4, but not 7, 3, because again I've got a 3 as one of those. Right. So whichever one of 3 or 5 I've got there, the same one has to be inside that 11 cage. It's the only place I could put it. And again, I've got... yes, I do have 3... The other one of 3 or 5 as one of those. The 24 cage contains both a 3 and a 5. Right. Let's have a look at this one. So the symmetrical boxes. So 48 is 3 more than 45. So these two are 3 more than that one. So again, I've got 8 or 9 there. So for 8, I could have 1, 7, 2, 6. Can't have 4 because I need another 4. Or 6, 2. For 9, I could have 1, 8, 2, 7. I can't have 4. So whether I've got 8 or 9 there, I can't have a 4 there. And I can't have 6, 3 either. But no 4 there, because I'd need 4, 5, 4, 5. Sorry, 4, 4 or 4, 5. Right. So no 4 there, no 3 there. In fact, I've got more options there than this will allow. So I've got 41 there. These two are 4 more than that one. So 2 for 6, 1 and 5. That looks okay. 6 for 10. I can't have 10 out of that, so I can't have a 6 there. 7, I could have 5 and 6 there, so that's fine. 8, I couldn't have a 12 there, so that's not an 8. Right, I'm going to run the gauntlet once again now on this one. Let's have a look. So 3 more than that, 8 or 9, and 9 there. So 6 would have to go with 2, 7, or 5. I couldn't have a 2 there, but I could have 1, 7, or 6, 2. So either option looks okay. Yeah, run them down a bit there. 1, 2, 4, 8, 9. I'm going to do the rest of this row. 1, 2, 4, 8, 9. Because I've got 3, 5, 6, 7. Right, so what else can I do then? There must be something which is visible and which is within reach. I wonder if I can do anything. The missing numbers from this 35 cage. If I got a 1 there, I must have a 9 in the 35 cage, because the missing pair have a sum of 10. So 1 and 9 must be there. Does that help? 2, 4, 5, 3, 7, 8. Right. Okay. A 2 or a 4 there will give me an 8 there, because I'd be missing a 1. I'd have to miss a 9 with it. So 2 or 4, but I'd also have a 1 there and 3, 7. So 8, 3, 7, 5, 4, 9. It all seems to work. Okay, what can I do? So inside this 20 cage, I know I've got a 3 and a 5 in there, which add up to 8. If I had an 8 in the 20 cage, I'd have 3 plus 5 plus 8, which is 16. I'd need 2 more that make 4, which would have to be 1 and 3. But I'd already have a 3 in there. Sorry, I'd already have a 1. Yes, I've already got a 3 in there, right first time. If I've got an 8 there, 8, 3, 5 for 16, I need 1 and another 3. I can't have that. I cannot have an 8 inside this 20 cage. So the 8's either one of those or that one. So 3, 5, 7. Yeah, so okay, well let's have a look at this again now. So I've got a total of 10 or 11 there, including a 1, but not including 3, 5 or 9. So if I've got 5 there, I want 11. So 1 and a total of 10. Not 1, 9, not 3, 7, but 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm going to remove the underline. 6 there, I want a total of 10, including the 1. So that could be 1, 2, 7. That's all it could be, 1, 2, 7. So it couldn't be 1, 4, 5 because I've got a 5. Couldn't be 1, 2, 1, 3, 6, got a 3. So 1, 2, 7 is all I could have there. Right, let's have a look at the 20 cage. So 3, 8, 9, 5, 2, 4, 7, 6. That works. If I got 4 in the 20 cage, I'd have to have 7 and 9 with it. But it'll only leave me as an 8 for an option for those 2 cells. So that's no good, having one option for 2 cells. So no 4 in that cage. If I've got 5 in there, I've got 3, 4. I've got 7, 8, 9. So I've got to have a total of 15, but I can't use 7, 8 because it would only leave with 9 as an option there. So it would be 5, 6, 9. And if 6 is my smallest number, then I've got 6, 7, 8, 21. That's too much. So 3, 8, 9, 5, 6, 9. It means I've got a 9 in that row. So I can't have a 9 there, which means the only place for a 9 in this box is this one. So I can't have a 9 there. Right. Okay. We'll have a look at this one now anyway. So 23, I've got 8 or 9 there. So I've got 14 or 15. But I can't use 1, 3, 8 or 9. So I suppose... So 14 or 15 without using 1, 3, 8 or 9. So if 4 is my smallest number, I could have 4, 5, 6 for the 15. I can't get as low as 14. For that I'd need a 2. So 2 lowest number for 14 or 15. So to make it 15 I'd have to have 2, 6, 7. To make it 14 it would be 2, 5, 7. So 2, 5, 7, 2, 6, 7. I couldn't have 2, 6, 7 because it would remove both options from that one. So 2, 5, 7 or 4, 5, 6. So that's interesting, isn't it? All the options there for the 14 or 15 I need contain a 5. So 2, 5, 7 for 14 or 4, 5, 6 for 15. So I've got to have a 5 in there. So that's a 3 and that one's a 5. So this one was the same as this. So that one is also a 3 and that's a 5. So no 3 there. So I've got to make 11 out of those. The only way I can make 11 out of those 3 is 4, 5 and 2. So my 2s can all go from there. 4, 6, 7 triple there, so that's 1. And remember the 35 cage is missing 2 numbers that add up to 10. So I've got a 1, I have to have the 9 that goes with it. I'm missing 2 and 8 from it. So not 4 and 9 there. So 7, 8 there and 3. 3, 5. Okay, so I think that's quite helpful. So 7 and 8 there, so I can do away with 7 there and 1 there, and both of 7 and 8 there. Right. So, can I see anything else on that? I should know what these are up to now. So I've got 19 there, and 9 and 9. So that's 37. 19 plus 9 plus 9. So these two have to add up to 8. So 7, 1 or 2, 6. So not a 2 in that one. Not a 5 there. So these two adding up to 8. 48 there. So the 8 of those two is 3 more than this. So that's going to be a 5. So no 5s there. So in fact that's got to be a 1 and a 6 and a 2. So no 2 there, no 6 there that would have gone with it, no 2 there, no 2 there. Right. So this plus this was 14. I've got a 5, so I want a 9 there. So let's do away with those. So that's interesting. I can't put a 9 inside that 20 cage anymore. So the only place for a 9 in this box is that one. So I can get rid of 8. No. So that means this one's a 9. That's a 7 and an 8. So what's next then? If I add up here, I'll include the 8 cage. So 46. These two are 1 more than that one, so it's going to be 9 and 1 and a 7 there. So no 7s in that. Whoops. No 7s in that column. Not a 1 there either, because I've got a 1 there. And that's a 4. So I can't have a 1 there. That's a 2 then. And what about here? 2, 3, 4, and that's going to be 5 and 6. I've got 1 and 8 there. need a total of 9 there, not 1, 8, not 7, 2. I could have 6, 3, or 4, 5. So I've got a 4 in that column, not a 4 there. That's 7 or 8, but I've got a 7 there, so that's an 8 and a 7. I should know what that's set on now. 1, 3, 7. I've got 1 and 7 there, so that's 3. That's going to be 7, that's going to be 1. So what we've got here, the other one of 2 and 4, along with a 6. So 2, 4, 6. I've got a 9 in that column and a 7 there. I've got a 1 in that row. So in fact, that's the only place for a 1 in that box. So 2, 4, 5, 6 there. What could I have here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But not 1, 7, 8 or 9. But not 5 there. So what else? I can't have a 6 there because I've got one in that row. So in that box, that one must be the 6. 2, 7. I've got a 9 in that column, so 8 and 9 like that. So 3, 4, 5. I've got a 5 there, so just 3, 4, or 9 are my options for those. 3, 4, 7, 8 for those, but not a 7 in that one because I've got 7 in that column already. Okay, what could I still have here? Given that I've got 5 here, and I've got to have a 1 there, so I could have 4, 6 or 2, 8. So I can't have the 7 there. Given that I've got the 1 there, if I had a 7, I need a 3 to make it up to 16. So no 7 there. Only place in that row for a 7 is now that one. So 1 with 2, 8 or 4, 6. I've got a 5 in that row, so 3 and 4 there. 2 and 6 there. So 2 plus 6 is 8. I need 12 there. So I can't have the 7, 5. Not got an 8 there as an option. So 3 or 8 there. 4 or 9 there. So 3, 4, 5. Okay. So must have 9 there with either 5, 6 or 3, 8. I don't know which. Anything on the bottom. I've got a 7 in there. Right, yeah, so I know my 7 in that box must be in that 23 cage. One of those two. I need a total of 7 to go with the 9 and the 7 to make it up to 23. I can't have 6 because I need a 1 to go with it. I also, hopefully the battery won't run out while I'm recording this. I can't have 4, so 2, 5, 7 is the only way I can get that total up to 23. So that's not 2 there. So 6, 4, 6. No 6s there. Also no 5 there. So the 20 cage is 3, 8, 9. So that's 4, that's 8. That one's 2. So no 2s, no 8s. That's 1, 4, 6. No 3 there. That's 5 and 2. And 4 and 2. Right. Well, I hope we're getting somewhere now. Got a 4 in that row. So a 5, 6 pair. So that one's a 2. And a total of 9 between those. Not another 2. It could be 5, 4 or 3, 6. So I've got 5 or 6 there and 5 or 6 there. So not 5 or 6 there. That one's not 5. 3 or 4 there. These two add up to 12, so need a 3 or a 4 there. So 3, 4, 3, 4. So I can remove other 3 and 4 candidates within that column. So it feels like we're very close. It really does. So what else have I... What else can I see? I've got 2 there in that column, so that's 6 and 2. So not 6 there. So it feels very helpful, but it isn't. It only gets me a couple of little bits further on. I've got 8 or 9 there and 8 or 9 there. So with a sort of hidden 8-9 pair, that's not an 8, so that's 1. So 6, 4, 1, not a 4 there. So I've got a 3-8 pair and a 4 in the column, so that's 6. And that's 3 to make it up to 20. So 5 and 4 there. So that's 7, 5. So 9 and 3 is that 12. And 8 there. 3, 9. So not 9 or 3 there. Not 3 or 4 there. So that's 8, that's 7. I've got a 3 in that row. So 5, 3, 4. 4, 5, that was right. And just these 2 to go, hopefully. So 6 and 5 like that, and we're there. So that's a quick walk through that puzzle. I hope that was helpful.